and we can get started. So greetings, this is Eduardo Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Android Studio Wi-Fi debugging. What that means is that you can use your Android device to wirelessly on Android Studio. I've had this issue because on the front of my workstation there's two USB ports, and for example I'm doing a live stream now, so one of the USB ports is used by the headset, and then I have another USB port, but that one it's been used so many times for probably about 13 years. It doesn't charge or doesn't hook up properly. So obviously there are ports in the back as well, but one of the good things is if you can do it wirelessly, it'll be actually pretty awesome, especially when you're coding. So that's what we're going to do today. I had an issue with the QR codes, but I tested it, it worked fine. But for this tutorial, it's going to be the 6-digit one. So I'll show you how that works. I also prepared so that if things mess up today, I do have, I took some screenshots before, so I can show those to you. So basically, you're able to connect wirelessly using command line, use the ADB command line tool. That stands for Android Debug Bridge. However, that one usually connects, you need to know the IP address, so it's a little bit more involved. That does work. However, the one from Android Studio is actually very intuitive, and I'll show that to you. It's pretty simple. Okay, so unfortunately, to be able to use this process for this tutorial, you need to have a minimum of Android 11. That's level API level 30 for Android phones, and you also need to have Android 13 API 33 for Android TV and Wear OS. So for all these things here, I have a glossary for the requirements. So I explain what an IP address is. I hope I don't need to. There's a glossary here. If you don't know what that is, you can just look here. See, that's an internet protocol address. It's a numerical label. And what's Wi-Fi? That's a wireless network protocols based on the IEEE 802.11 standards for local area networks. And I explain all this here as well. So I already explained what an ADB is. What is an API? That's an application protocol interface, a set of rules or protocols that enable software applications to communicate with each other. They exchange data, features, and functionality. Okay, so obviously what's a code editor? That's what Android Studio is. That's the default or the recommended one for Android development. And then I say the glossary is here for rest of I don't want this tutorial to take too long. It should be a very short one, and that's what I hope for. So I do have two Android devices. So this one is Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra. That one it came with Android 7, and then Sony did provide an Android 8 update. So now you might be wondering, where is that? If that only has Android 8, how are you going to debug with this one? Well, the good thing is I've seen some like videos of people in the States where they were able to root this device and obviously update it to more recent versions of Android, and so that would still work. The reason I haven't rooted this device is because I got the device because it has a decent camera. So the problem is if you root it, Sony puts a feature there where you won't get the full features of the camera. So that's why I left it with Android 8. And this one is my Samsung Galaxy X1 FE 5G. This is my daily driver. And this one is updated to the latest, which is Android 14. So this is what we're going to test on. Okay, so basically what you need to do is you need to enable developer option in the Android device. So I'll show you how to do this. It's slightly different. Usually they're found you have to go settings and about phone, and then there are different things in order to enable it. So I think sometimes you have to tap like 8 times. So instructions are there on the web. It's pretty straightforward to do that. And then when you have that enabled, most of those instructions tell you to put on US debugging, but that's for USB. We're not using USB. What we want to do is wireless debugging. So you enable this. Now, one trick you need to do is even when it's enabled, you still need to tap on it, and then you get more options. That's one thing nobody talks about. They just say, oh, just enable it. But you need to tap on it, and then it open up another screen where you get more options. For example, you have this one we're doing today, which is select pair a device with pairing code. And then in Android Studio, you open up Android Studio in the Run Configurations menu. I'll show this to you. Then you select pair a device with Wi-Fi. Then you click on pair and choose pairing mode. Then what will happen? What you need, so you see the device show up there. Then what you do is you click on the device and then you enter the 6 digits pairing code which are on your phone. So that it's pretty straightforward there. And give an example here, some screenshots, and we'll do this as well in Android Studio. Okay, so that's what it look like. You see here pairing, and then you can see the phone. So this is actually a very good way to also. One thing I noticed with this is that everything you do on the phone will show up here. I think you can control the phone here as well. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll try that today if we have time. Okay, and then of course it's a live stream, and as I said, every day there's a live stream. I think I mentioned that. You just simply go to the watch menu, live, and then you can see this one we're doing today, Android Studio Wi-Fi debugging on YouTube, and approximate date and time, and the next one which will come the day after or in the future. Okay, so Android Studio is open source license under the Apache license, which is obviously permissive. Kotlin is also licensed under the Apache license, which is also permissive. Android itself is licensed under at least 2 licenses. One is the Apache license for the user space software, and then there's a GNU GPL version 2 for the Linux kernel. And then obviously other parts, for example, if you get the Android Studio, some of those parts, some of those DSKs are proprietary, they're Google proprietary ones. So just be aware of that. Okay, so I think also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, leave comments for more frequent content. So let's head over now to Android Studio and actually begin the actual key part of the tutorial. So here I have Android Studio open up and I have a project. If you notice, recently I did a tutorial of using the Camera 2 API, using the programming in Java. Okay, so now if you see here, so with my project open, you see here this is the default. I just installed this because my computer crashed. That's neither here or there. So here you see I have this is a emulator, but we don't want to use emulator. We want to use my phone. So you see here under it says app, or here this one here. So click here, and you see it says pair devices using Wi-Fi. Okay, so you can click on this. However, I'm not going to click on it yet because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my phone, and then I'm going to go to the developer options. In the developer option, I'm scrolling down. I'm looking for Wi-Fi. There's USB debugging that's already on, but there's Wi-Fi debugging. It's off right now, so I'm gonna allow. Now it's on. I tap it again, and then it's gonna give me 2 options. So I'm gonna pick the pair device with pairing code. Okay, so it's giving me a pairing code. Now what I do here is I go here. Oh, it found it already. So so what I will do is I'll click on this, and you go here, and you see it found my. So I can pair it again. So if I click on this, click on pair. So then I need to just add in the code here, which is 286.223. So I click pair, and you see it's connected. We'll click done, and then I can actually close this because it's already connected. So now with my device here, I can actually open up the device here. Let me see. I think I might need to run. Okay, I'll click on debug so you can see it. Okay, I'll just click on the debug here. There's a little glare because the sun is shining on the monitor. I can't really see what's going on here. Okay, I know it's building something. Yeah, building. So let's go logcat here. So it's still building. We'll just wait for it to finish. Then it will show us. It will show the device here. Oh, I guess it's taking a while because this is the first time it's compiling for this. I just installed Android Studio, I think last night, and today I installed the SDKs and stuff again. Well, the first time it does take a while. Okay, still building. And yeah, you see here it says ADB5. Let me see. Yeah, so that's the one. You see it says ADB TLS Connect, Android 14. Okay, it's done. Took you a sweet time there. Okay. And yeah, so the device is running, but I'm not seeing it here. Oh, device manager. So I want this one. Open. No, that's another one I want. Yes, acknowledge. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I wanted to. So you see now it's showing my device. This is actually the. So as you can see, that's the camera. That's the app working. Now I don't care too much about the app, so I'm going to. There we go. So this is what I wanted to show you in Android. See, actually, can I control it here? I'm going to see. Oh yeah, you can see I'm actually using the mouse here, so I can control it here. So what I was saying is, let me actually go back here. So you see under settings, I scrolled all the way down and you see developer options. So developer options open up and then you can scroll down and you see there's USB debugging, that's fine. But then you see wireless debugging, see I've turned it on. So you turn on wireless debugging. When you click wireless debugging, you see you get two options. You get pair device with QR code or pair device with pairing code. So this is the one I chose, pairing device. You see it's already selected here. So this is the one you did. So when I click on this, you see it will give us this 6-digit code. So this is the code that you enter in the Android Studio there, and then you'll be able to pair like here. See, pairing is unsuccessful. That's fine because it's already paired. So you see it's already paired twice. One of this was with the QR code, and this one was with the. So this is the one we've just done right now. So this is the one with the pairing code. So that's it. And the good thing about this is, you see, I can basically open up any app I want in here. For example, I can even close all of these apps. You see, then I can open up, for example, the camera app. So someday asked before if they can. If there's a way they can control the camera app. So let's try it. So this is the camera app. See, I've opened it up, and you see I can zoom in. I can zoom in. I can take photos, and I can do all this stuff. For example, these are the photos I took yesterday when the shed fell over. So we can even open that up. You can see the photos I took yesterday. This is right on the phone, and I'm using the mouse on the desktop to control it. So this is actually, I believe this is even better than that Chrome devices. This is better because you are physically controlling the phone. You see, I see all my photos here, and I can get out of here. I can close this, and I can open any app and all that as well. Can I scroll down here? Oh yeah, you can even pull this down. You see, I have Wi-Fi and all that. So this is actually. Yeah, so I can control the phone right from the desktop this way. So this is actually a pretty cool way to control your device as well. And I even forgot that we're supposed to be debugging an app. You see the app, app's closed, the debugging closed, but we're just previewing the phone. So that's basically it. See, that's simple how to use wireless, how to wirelessly connect to your device to Android Studio for debugging. So the only caveat is that the device needs to be Android 11 or higher if it's an Android like a phone. Otherwise, if it's like Android TV or the Wear OS, it has to be Android 13. So if you have the latest Android, you're good. You're good for this. That's correct. Oh, somebody chatted here. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. No need for USB connection with Android Studio. Now, this doesn't mean that I no longer use USB debugging. USB debugging is also pretty good because, for example, when I take photos on the phone, like screenshots, my preferred method to take them off is to use the USB debugging, because I can use my file manager just to, copy paste or delete. That's my preference. But yes, if you obviously want to use this device manager, you can do this. You can do it this way as well. So, but I'm saying this one is more because you have to load up Android Studio. You have to do all these things, but that's up to you. Okay, so let's go back to the article and I can finish this tutorial up. So this article is found on ojambo.com /android-studio-wi-fi-debugging. And as I said again, every day I have a live stream. Just visit ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, then live sub menu, then you can see the current one we're doing right now. It shows you the channel it's going to be on and the approximate date and time. And let me scroll back up here. So when you go to each of those articles under here, you see it will tell you the approximate date and time. Then you can participate live by clicking on here. YouTube will take you to the channel, and then if you're logged into YouTube, you can chat and I'll be able to answer your questions live. If you don't care about that, you just simply scroll down to the video and you see the video here and you can just watch it. So be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. And if you enjoy this, consider supporting me. Purchase one of my WordPress plugins at ojambo.com, enroll in my programming courses at ojamboshop.com, buying my programming books on Amazon, search for Edward Ojambo, links in the description. You can hire me for your programming and app development needs at ojamboservices.com, or you can become a donor at ojambo.com/donate. I also have the donate button here in the article, but it's much more convenient for you guys here in the fixed header. You see the header doesn't go anywhere, so you can just go there and you'll be able to donate. Okay, so I'm going to stop this tutorial now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.